That's great.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone in Bridgewater and vicinity and wherever else you happen to be watching my TV show, Topic Time with Harrison Young. It's great to be here again, my fourth show in Bridgewater, and we really are cooking here in Bridgewater too. Thousands of YouTube hits. I'm loving it. And that's it. And as usual, I have an awesome guest in here. It's a little mucky outside. We're supposed to have a nor'easter in the area, maybe a coastal storm, but I always get stormy people in here, and she's as stormy as they come, and I mean that in a good way. This is Judith Norman. I found her the other day, as I find many of my guests, like right off the cuff. That's one of the things I pride about taping Topic Time and getting people in here like that spur of the moment. She was modeling on Facebook. She looked great, so I decided to touch base with her. One of my photographer friends on Facebook happened to be doing a shoot with her, and so I reached out to her, and she was delighted to come in here. I found out she's a model, she's an artiste, an artist, and we're going to talk about her tonight. We're going to edit some of her work into the show, so when it finally airs on Bridgewater TV and on Facebook and wherever else, and the millions of people that'll see it, we're going to see all the great things that she's accomplished. So Judith, you go by Judith, right?
Judith,
Judith
yes.
Norman, thank you for coming in tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so like I said, I saw you on, you were doing a shoot with Brian Anderson,
Right.
really awesome photographer, great guy, and I wouldn't mind having him on as a guest sometime. I know he sent me a lot of great people to interview. So how did that come out? You've done modeling, and you're not, I mean, you look young. You know, I know how old you are. I'm not going to say your age if you want to say it. You're younger than I am. You're young enough to be my daughter, so that much I already know. In fact, I know what I was doing the day you were born because I have a photographic memory, and I know your date of birth because it's on your Facebook page. But for someone your age to be doing modeling and looking as good as you do, that's pretty impressive. So tell me.
Thank you so much.
So you're welcome. So tell me how that got started. What was that? How did you get into modeling? And we're going to go back a little further to your childhood eventually, but let's work our way that way. through modeling and then backwards, and then forwards after that.
Sporadically through friends and
Okay.
Other photographers seeing my work and whatnot.
Okay. When you say your work, hold on. Right away, I got a question. When you say seeing your work. Did you
different shoots that come out of the pictures from other shoots?
Okay, shoots pictures of you, right?
Right.
Okay.
So I've been a muse for a long time for a few people.
A which?
A muse.
They call that a muse, M-U-S-E?
Yes.
Okay, I noticed the singer Katy Perry used that in a song once. Now, tell me what that means exactly, because I'm not sure. A subject?
A subject.
Okay, I got it.
A subject. So I also get a lot of ideas. My mind is always going so much so I don't sleep.
I can relate.
You know?
Yep.
And I call Brian a lot.
Okay.
I call him a lot. He entertains all of my ideas, and that's where this recent shoot happened that you liked was one of my crazy ideas.
Great.
So it was fun to do. It was a while getting it together, but we did it, and I was happy with the come out.
Cool. How long have you known Brian for, and how'd you meet him?
About 4 years.
Okay.
And I met him through another girl that was modeling for him, and she said, you have to work with Brian.
Cool.
So I approached him, and I had another idea with another girl that I was friendly with, and we did a shoot, and it just went from there. I kept calling him with ideas.
Cool.
I couldn't get enough.
You tell me who the girl is? It might be someone I've interviewed. I'm just curious.
I forget her name.
You don't know her name? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, okay. So when you say ideas, you're talking about, now you told me too, we talked a little bit too, aside from your own modeling, you also take great photographs. And some of them are self-portraits, but others of them are nature portraits and things that you find interesting to just, capture the moment with, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you say ideas, are you talking about all of the above or just pictures of you?
All of the above.
All of the above, okay.
All of the above. I never know what my eye is going to see. I never know what my mind is going to think.
Right.
It kind of all builds up, and I can't express myself verbally, so it happens non-verbally via film. And it happens at 3 in the morning.
Cool. You must have pretty good photographic equipment to be able to take pictures at 3 in the morning.
I have a basic tripod, and I set myself timer, and with the background in modeling and knowing how to position myself, I just go.
Well, it's interesting. So you're one of the few, in fact, as far as I can tell, you're the only model I actually had on my show that not only has photographers working with her, but she's her own photographer as well, which is pretty awesome.
Right.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
It is. How many photographers have you
fun.
worked with? Just Brian, or are there other ones too?
Let's see. Brian, Heather, Michael.
That's 3 so far. And
That's
you,
3
that's
so
4 if you
far.
include yourself.
I want to say there's one more,
Okay, but you're not sure? There's a lot of... it
but
sounds
I'm
like
not
you've-
sure.
Okay.
No.
I won't even ask what that means. If you
But
want
those are the main ones.
Okay.
Heather, Brian, and Michael.
Cool.
Definitely.
Great, okay. Now let's
And I
back...
have to add, I don't mean to cut you off,
Go
but I
ahead.
have to add that I love when Brian shoots me.
Okay,
He is so comfortable to work with. He's
Yep.
so, as a female, he's so respectful.
cool.
He knows how to get you going in the mood a little bit more and tells you how to position a little better. And he
Okay.
really, he gets into it, you know, so he's a lot of fun.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do.
Appreciate him.
So when we edit the part of the show that we're discussing now, we'll use pictures that he took of you.
Okay.
So that'll be great. So I'm
Okay.
glad you brought
I think
that.
I did 3 shoots with him.
Okay, so we'll just, whatever you have, we'll look at, and it'll look really good when
All right.
when we're doing that, when we're done doing
Sounds
that.
good.
Yeah, it is. And now remember, we're doing a cable show, and when I talk about editing, and before we get the show going, ordinarily, if this were a regular paid TV station, that we wouldn't be mentioning that, because that's kind of, it's a little bit, how do you say, I don't want to say amateur or unprofessional, but you don't usually do that. But in this case, working my way toward a different goal, as you are working your way toward a different goal. I assume it's okay to mention these things, how we plan to edit the show. And speaking of that, now let's go back to when you were a little girl. What were you like growing up? It sounds like you were a very outgoing kid, and you did a lot of interesting things. Is that true?
I was always on the go.
Okay.
I was always on the go. My mom says that I was like a bad little boy. She just couldn't control. So
Cool. Okay.
I really, really kept her on her toes. I was a gymnast all of my life.
There you go.
I was a dancer. I trained with Bella Caroli
Okay.
for the Olympics for a little while.
The Olympics? Wow, what year was this?
I did.
I mean, how old are you?
I did a demonstration in New Jersey,
Okay.
and a few gymnasts were chosen from different gymnasiums to demonstrate on each apparatus.
Cool.
So I got the pleasure of,
Well, you just said you trained for
meeting him and working out with him. And
What's the guy's name? Bella Cola?
Bella Caroli.
Caroli,
He
okay.
was Nadia Comaneci's.
Wow. And Nadia
Coach,
Comaneci,
yeah.
that's the high rent district.
Right.
You can't get any better than
And
Nadia
I went to
Comaneci.
New York for a little while, and
Okay.
I worked with 2 coaches there.
Okay. And how old were you about when you did this?
12.
Wow, that's incredible.
12, yeah.
Were you actually in the Olympics?
No, I wasn't.
Were you trained for them? You
No.
just never got that far?
I just didn't get that far.
Okay, but still the fact that you were
I
willing
think
to, they
that-
were willing to work with you.
Right.
Wow.
I think that the teenage years started catching up a little bit with me, and I wanted to go to dances.
Okay,
And,
party.
right.
I understand.
Yep.
Okay, and I've been there, done that, and all that sort of thing. Okay. All right. So basically, if you feel if you've been more committed than you were, and you might have gone a little further, and if not, that's fine.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed performing as a dancer more than I enjoyed
As a gymnast.
gymnastics.
Okay.
Yeah, gymnastics. My mom kind of lived vicariously through me with gymnastics.
I hear ya.
preferred dance. I
Okay.
preferred ballet and jazz, and just really like giving it my all and performing as I do with modeling.
Did you take lessons as a kid in ballet, dance, and all that?
Very much so.
Okay. Where'd you grow up?
Somerset.
Somerset.
Somerset, Mass.
I know the South Coast. That's where Remdog's from, the Red Sox announcer who just got back in the booth after
Yep.
his. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you know him by any chance?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. You still kind of live in the area. You're not there.
I do.
Yeah, it's cool. All right. Well, now what things have you done entertainment wise aside from now dancing that you've done? Have you ever done dance professionally, like like in a troupe or anything? I mean, you said done ballroom dancing just for fun or.
Not ballroom dancing. It was just ballet.
Well, I'm thinking.
Ballet and jazz, because
okay.
gymnasts have to be graceful.
True. Okay.
You know, we're very muscular, and
Yes.
everything is precise with your movement, so you have to take ballet and jazz to be a little bit more graceful
Okay.
with your body and learn how your body moves.
Okay. Did you ever catch the disco fever at all during those years?
Of course I
Good for
did.
you. Yeah, me too.
Of course I did.
Disco rules. I don't care what anyone said back in '79.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
love disco.
I still like it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for you. It's healthy. Keeps yourself in shape. Keeps you moving. It's probably the fastest dance
Absolutely.
motion there is.
Yeah.
So do you still dance now or do gymnastics or anything?
I don't do gymnastics. I do a lot of yoga.
Okay.
And I dance in my house.
There you go.
I dance for my camera.
Okay, cool. Now,
I danced for Brian while we were doing the photo shoot. You have to have fun, you know.
Oh, all right. Now let's talk about it. Let's break it down a little further. Do you do anything in film and like acting at all? Have you done anything like that?
No,
Okay.
I performed in Greece in high school.
Okay.
I performed in a chorus line
Wow, in high school as well.
in high school.
Okay.
Yes,
Incredible.
Yeah.
Somerset High School.
Somerset. I wasn't part of the high school yet. I just went there for an audition.
Oh, okay.
And
And then you got the part.
Yeah.
Were you? I'm guessing
My
you
mother
were,
didn't even know. I
looking
kinda,
at you,
like,
I'm thinking
walked
you
across the
could have
street.
been Rizzo in Greece. Is that where you were?
No, I was just part of the cast dancing in the background.
Oh, the background. Okay, you didn't have a regular. I think of all the people that were in Greece, and I think of, I like Greece. It's a great play, and
I think it was
musical.
every high school musical's play to go to.
right, it
was Greece.
Well, I graduated in 1977 from Brockton High School. That was the year before the first Grease film came out. I know you graduated way past
Yeah.
that. So I figured by the time you were in high school, it was probably the most en vogue musical there was,
Right.
as opposed to before it came out, obviously. So it was a great tool for you to work your way forward. But have you ever done have you do anything else musically? Do you sing? Do you play any
In the
instruments?
car.
In the car, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, all right. Well, so how many years have you been modeling for now? Like 4? That's how long you've known Brian, or longer than that?
Oh, God, no. Much, much longer than that.
Okay.
I want to say about 15 years
Wow.
on and off.
Okay, yeah, you're still fairly young, but obviously it's something that you've been doing for a while.
Yeah, I'm 45.
Yeah, okay, well, you said it. You revealed your age.
I don't mind. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, I know. I'm proud of it too. I'm proud of. I'm proud of not. I don't think I look my age, and I don't think you look your age either.
No.
That's great, and 45 is kind of a cool time in life. Yeah, I know. I even know. In fact, I could tell you, I know your date of birth because it was on your what do you call it, on your page, and I also know that you were born on a Thursday.
Really?
Yes, positively. I remember what I did the day you were born.
That's impressive.
Yes, thank you.
That's
I'm pretty sure
impressive.
that was true. Let's see. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not going to say your date of birth unless if you want to say it. I know what it is, but that's what I do. Okay. So, what are you doing right now in terms of modeling? You work with Brian. Anything else?
Nothing right now. Just
Nothing
that.
right now?
I'm just waiting to make it big, I hope.
Okay. Well, but you said you deploy a bunch of different photographers. You're not working with any of them
Yes,
anymore?
no, just Brian.
Okay. Why not the other ones
Just
now?
Brian. I recently got in contact with Heather again, and I asked her if she wanted to shoot.
Okay.
So we'll see where that goes from
Okay.
there. We had a couple. The past 2 years were a little difficult. I fell ill
Okay.
with cancer. I'm
Yeah.
a stage 3 liposarcoma cancer survivor.
Wow.
1 year in remission.
Good for you.
So things got put on hold for a little while.
Yes.
And now that I'm back, per se,
Yep.
and actually a better being, more soul than I am
We always say if it
person.
doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, and I'm saying that bluntly.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
you have to keep your head up and you have to fight and, not feel. I think when people start to have pity on themselves and, get the woe is me, I call it,
Yeah.
that makes them sicker.
It does.
You
It
know?
does. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Speaking for myself, I'm not a cancer survivor, but I've had brushes with death before, and I've had the issues, and I feel very good right now. And I don't even know how close I was, but it felt for many times it felt like it was pretty. I don't want to say opportunities, but it felt like these were opportunities for me to show what I had, to come back from these adverse deals, and I have.
Right.
And at my age, I feel I'll be 58 in a couple of weeks, and I've never felt better.
Well, I always enjoyed modeling, but
There you
I
go.
never knew that I had a talent with the camera.
Well, let's talk about that. What have you
being on
accomplished
the
with the
other
camera?
side,
Okay. Yep.
I was recognized by my city in Fall River. I had my first exhibit.
Recognized as what? As
a photographer.
By your city. Well, what do you mean? Who were in your city? I mean, by the people in your city? Someone
by the art director in the city hall.
Okay, wow, that's incredible.
One of my girlfriends showed her my work, and we scheduled an interview, and I brought some of my work down, and she said, absolutely, you can be part of this exhibit. So they gave us the subject matter, which was the new Quikasham River Trail.
Okay, is that in Fall River? Mm-hmm. Okay. And is it near the bridge?
It is. No, it's not near the bridge.
Okay, I should know Fall River better than I do. I know the bridge, and I know.
It's near the police station.
What's that?
It's near the police station.
Okay, I don't know where that is.
It's quite beautiful. The wildlife is extraordinary.
Okay.
So, that was the subject matter.
Okay.
Each artist had to go and photograph it.
Each artist, so you were in competition?
Oh yeah, I was chosen 1 out of 40.
Wow, that's incredible.
And they gave me the first floor of the gallery stairwell and 6 photographers.
Wow, that's incredible. So was this at some art museum in Fall River, or was it the City Hall? Wow.
City Hall.
I'm guessing your work is still hanging there, right, today?
I don't know. I would imagine so.
Well, how long ago was this?
This was in May, early June.
Of this year?
Of this year.
Oh, well, you should go back and see.
I probably will.
Number one, go back and see. Number two, take it. Now, I always try to give advice to my guests that'll behoove them. Now that you've done this, and you know you have such a talent, aside from your modeling, there's no reason why you can't create more artwork with your photography and try to, sell it.
Oh, I plan on it.
Yeah,
and that's one of the ideas that I have is I'd like to print my work on glass.
Yeah.
And
stained glass windows maybe in a church.
Well, I've been documenting all of the historical sites in Fall River because it's a big seller.
It is.
So I'd like to schedule a meeting with the Chamber of Commerce.
Got to take a shot at Lizzie Borden's house.
Oh, I did that.
You did that?
I did that.
Yeah,
I can't wait to show you. Yep, I did the
well,
battleship. I did the Lizzie Borden.
Old Ironsides. Was that Fall River? Or was that Boston? I'm trying to think. I don't know what it is, but
Boston.
All right. Well, okay, but you don't have to just take shoots and shots in Fall River. You can take them anywhere.
Anywhere. I do it. I do it everywhere I go. I always have my camera with me.
There you go.
I love it.
Everywhere you go. All the world is an art. All the world is an art form, and you know that.
Oh yes.
Yeah. You have the eye for it.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah. I know. I know. And we're going to look at as much of your work as we can.
The thing about photography is you can't stay grounded.
Okay,
you do have to travel. You do have to go to other places, especially when you're doing nature shots.
How far and wide have you traveled for your photography?
So far, now, mind you, I've just been doing this for a year.
Okay.
So the last place that I went was Clearwater Beach, Florida.
Okay, pretty down there, I assume.
My soul place. I love Florida.
Yeah. Even after Irma.
I haven't been since
you weren't there
Irma hit,
Irma.
but I imagine that I would still love it very,
You'd love it
very
after
much.
they fix it up. Yeah, I know. After they clean it up a bit. I understand.
It just has a good vibe to it. I love the way the humans share space with the wildlife.
Okay.
It's not every day that you look out the window and you see your neighbors, not even gators, peacocks, beautiful peacocks.
Wow. That's incredible.
It was beautiful.
A lot of nature shots you take, huh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yes, it was beautiful. The sunset's gorgeous, gorgeous.
Yeah. Sunshine State, why not? Mm-hmm. Are you totally self-taught? Did you go to school for this anywhere?
No, not at all. Totally self-taught.
Wow. Okay.
And I have a few very, very close friends, and we bounce off each other.
Okay.
And,
well, they do photography too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all artists.
Okay, how many? I mean, I'm just wondering. Maybe you should do you have a photography club that you formed and?
I do.
You work together. Well, talk about that. Talk about your club.
It's a private club.
Okay. How many in it?
I want to say maybe about 8 or 10 people.
That's perfect.
And we are one. We understand and we're very, very, very close.
Okay.
And it's just nice because it's not every day that you can interact with everyday society and, expect to be understood, especially when you're an artist. You just see things differently. You taste food differently. You hear things differently as opposed from other people.
Of course. You're on a higher wave plane.
Very much so.
I know, I get that.
Very much so. I'm glad that you get it.
Oh, I get it. I think to myself as an artist, and doing what I'm doing, I'm totally self-taught too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
My daughter's an artist too. She paints.
Yeah, talk about your family. How many, if you want to? I mean, you mentioned your daughter. You got a son too, right?
I have a son too.
Okay.
Yep.
You have a son and a daughter?
I have a son and a daughter. My son is 25.
Wow.
He works with autistic children. He's a behavioral counselor.
Who works with which?
He works with autistic children.
Autistic children. Okay, well.
He's a behavioral counselor.
Okay, well, I have Asperger's, which is an offshoot of autism, which is what makes what I do even more amazing. So I can totally understand that. That's great.
Yeah, he works in a group home, and it's challenging, but he's the right person for the job.
That's all you have to have is the right person, even if
Right.
it's challenging. And what about your daughter?
And my daughter,
She's
she
an artist
paints.
too?
She's an
Okay.
artist too.
And speaking of
She's a little
painting,
mini me.
well, do you paint as well, or sculpt, or anything like that?
No, I don't paint. I just photograph, but when I edit, I turn the pictures into looking like paintings.
Yeah, you sure do. I've seen them,
Yeah.
and they do look like paintings. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Like I saw, I mean, even a
I
self-portrait.
just can't keep things normal.
Well, you
I've got to
shouldn't. Why
twist
should
it up
you?
a little, you know?
Because you want, if they were normal, they'd be dull, and you want them sharp.
Right, right.
There you go. Hey, I just made that up. We should write it down.
You're a hot ticket.
Well, thank you. Now, I'm just wondering, you have a nice tattoo on your right arm there.
Thank you.
Do you do any I'm just wondering, did you make that yourself? I had to ask these questions
I did.
because you did. Did you tattoo your
did.
own arm?
No. I
designed
thought
it?
of it and designed it, and my cousin tattooed it.
Is your cousin a tattoo artist?
He is.
Okay, cool.
He is.
So you got art in the family,
I do.
basically. Okay. All right, so now I was thinking a couple of things you might want to do. Number one, maybe make a book of your art. Are you planning on doing that? Maybe creating a book of artwork?
Portfolio?
Well, not just a portfolio. I'm talking about a book that you can sell in museums.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, yeah.
Oh, my ideas are clicking all the time, too. That's number one. Number two, what was it? Geez, I don't even remember. Now I can't, I'm totally, maybe teach a course in art or in photography
I would
somewhere.
love to.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Um,
What I would really like to do is use it therapeutically for people
Oh,
because I know
absolutely.
how it works for me.
Well, I know how it works for me too, because in 1989 I was at Recovery College as a transfer senior, and I took photography 101. Now the previous summer I'd actually worked here in Bridgewater taking sports photographs for the Bridgewater Independent newspapers, and they loved it. But when I took photography 101 with the guy named Nick Kroc, who was the guy from Philadelphia that was my photography teacher, I totally flunked it. He was a total perfectionist. I missed out a lot of things, and it made it even worse to top it all off. And the day that I went to do my final, there'd been a Livingston Taylor concert at the school the night before recovery. And you know how college kids can be in a party?
Right, yeah.
Got drunk. It was a Sunday, and they totally glued shut the locks to the Hafer building where the photography lab was. So I missed the whole days. I couldn't go in, and all the security guards were not working because it was Sunday. So I missed the whole work of a photo lab, and I flunked the course.
Yeah.
So hopefully you would be a better teacher than that.
Well,
and be a little
for
more
one
nurturing
thing,
to the
the
students.
first thing that I would teach is you cannot teach talent.
Right.
School cannot teach talent. It helps to refine the talent, but it doesn't teach the talent.
Exactly.
So I would go back to school just, basically for the credentials.
Yep.
And to learn some things in the doc room and things of that nature, but it does not teach creativity.
Right.
That comes from somewhere special.
Well, someone like you teaching a course like this, if you would have to figure out. Now there are going to be people, if you teach a course, that may not be as creative as you are, and that's where you have to, you got to create the empathy line so that you can deal with that, and that's something I'm sure you'd be good at. That's not for everybody either, but teaching in and of itself would be an art form.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love to.
You could either teach at a school, or maybe you start your own, like a workshop seminar that you could teach courses in your house or whatever, or someplace. If they know you in Fall River, I'm sure there's a place that would let you use their location for teaching and operational workshops.
We'll have to look into that.
You got to look into that. Yeah, that's what I would suggest, and I'd look into it. I'd go down and see what it was like. I mean, photography for me, when I was taking those pictures at the Independent, I was using a Polaroid Spectra camera, and Polaroid is not exactly, it's not an artiste camera for photography.
It can be. There's a good quality to Polaroid film.
Well, I'm glad you said that because it almost makes me feel justified. And
right.
I mean, I have to admit,
the picture doesn't stop at that little square. You can peel it apart and take it into the doc room and blow it up.
Is that so? I didn't know. Well, the Spectra, what you did, was the thing where you hit the button and the thing would cut the plot with Laurence Olivier, the actor, did the
Right.
commercial. Remember, you're old enough to remember 1976. If you're 45, that's where they Okay, that's when that commercial was coming out very prominently, and that's when I was so happy to get the Spectra. But that's great. So would you ever consider? Are you gonna look into doing that and teaching?
I am going to look
people?
into doing that. Okay. I appreciate that idea. I love it. That's
okay.
a great idea.
Yeah. But the fact that, I felt so down about not being able to take pictures after taking such great pictures for the paper. And I didn't realize. Now, have you ever taken any sports action shots or other pictures besides just nature? I'm just wondering.
Whatever I can get my hands on.
Okay.
Whatever I can. You know what's really hard to photograph is birds.
Because they're moving all the time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I'm just saying. I'm just asking, what kind of pictures have you taken besides nature shots, besides birds? Anything? I mean, you've done
buildings,
sports,
strangers.
Okay.
I really like photographing strangers.
Okay, and they don't, and people are okay with that. They don't think
They
don't mistake you for a paparazzi and try to kill you.
No, they've been very receptive towards me. One thing that I really like to do is when I first approach them, I just approach them like a friend and strike up conversation.
Okay.
And break out the camera and I see something interesting, right off the bat to make me approach them to begin with, and they've been very receptive. I have a great photo of, I call him Piano Man, his hands playing the piano, and
Billy Joel?
And no, he's in the lobby of the Dana-Farber building in Boston.
I hear you. Wow.
And he had great hands, and it just captivated me.
Wow. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So nobody ever. So that's pretty wild. Would you wouldn't ever consider taking a job as a paparazzi, would you?
Yeah.
Would you? Because that could be dangerous, but that can also be very profitable too.
I think it's all your approach.
It's true.
I think it's your approach.
I'm just saying, say
aside from being,
to be a paparazzi, you'd have to be. Then you'd really be in competition with a lot of people, because you'd be following celebrities around when you have 4,000 other people with a camera trying to do the same thing you're doing.
Right.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, listen.
I'll do anything that I can put my mind to. Anything is possible. I mean, look, I survived stage 3 cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
So anything is possible.
The best years are still ahead of you.
Right. You can never say I can't do this or I can't do that. You can do whatever you put your mind to.
Well, guess what? We're under 5 minutes. What I want you to do in the remaining time is give as many shouts out to as many people as you can, and say, because a lot of people are going to see this show. In like 3 minutes we got left.
Oh my God, to my daughter Chanel, my son Mark, all the pug lovers out there.
You mean dog lovers? Oh,
dogs,
cool. Okay.
pugs.
Love my cats, so I understand.
I love cats too.
Yeah, my cat's 17, but go on.
Everyone in Florida, my Florida family, I love you all. Everyone knows that I'm here and how much I love them. My dad, oh my God, I love my dad so much. My grandson, Xavier.
Wow.
Yeah,
grandmother,
Brian,
that's
absolutely, Brian. Thank you so much, and I wish that he was here.
Well, he'll see the show.
And God, number one. Okay. Namaste.
Okay, well, we got a couple of minutes left. How old is your grandson, anyway?
8.
Okay, well, he'll see the show. A lot of people, the show's going to be seen.
He's always on YouTube, too.
There you go. The show's going to be seen by the world.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to thank you. I hope you had a good time with me.
Well, I had an amazing time with you. You're a great interviewer, and I enjoyed myself immensely.
Well, so what I want you to do now is when you see some of your friends down there in Fall River or wherever, send them my way. I love to interview more people.
Okay.
And that's what we do here. Get as many people on as possible. That's word of mouth. And I wouldn't mind getting Brian on too, and any of your friends that model, I'd love to get them on as well.
Okay.
So just spread the word about Topic Time, and
absolutely.
Yeah, and you were a great guest, and
thank you so much.
Any of the stuff you're wearing, the jewelry that you made by yourself, it looks pretty artistic.
Well, I wrapped my hair by myself. I cut up a dress.
Okay.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay.
My rose quartz. No, I didn't make that myself.
Okay. Well, guess what? We are going to wrap it up. You all ready to snappy Bicky again? All right.
Where is it? I'm
right here.
Dance. Okay.
We're going to finish it up right now. Thanks for watching this episode of Topic Time. See you next time. Have a good one.
Thank
Take care.
You. Bye. That's fun, right?
Of course. It's got to be.
Oh, you're awesome.